Despite our differing personalities, we are actually quite compatible. The feedback from the Mr. and Mrs. questionnaire that I was coerced into doing for Katie's hen apparently resulted in almost a clean sweep of matching answers. So.
I'd normally start this element by sharing how they met. Let's just say that the two became aware of each other through a dating app. Roger tells me that he was recovering from an anterior cruciate ligament op in 2014, quite the athlete, and that the pair messaged each other for a while before Katie ghosted him. So she simply deleted the app. It was the app she was done with, not Roger. However, as well as their stories aligning, so too did their lives 3 years later. Roger recalls working in Wick when Katie reappeared on the app. He managed to make the connection to their previous conversations, but reckons that Katie didn't realise. Anyway, knowing that Katie was in Caithness for a gig with friends, he suggested that he could give her the Sunday tour of Caithness sites, so they arranged to meet after breakfast. Having agreed to meet after breakfast, their first stop on their tour of Caithness to see the sights of Caithness was Tesco's, where Katie bought him a cooked breakfast, so that, in her words, he could function for the rest of the day. In Roger's telling of the episode, he concedes that Katie nursed him through it and, how did he put it, somehow managed to cure a pretty horrific hangover, so I knew there was something special about her. With Roger fueled and cured, the tour of Caithness continued and concluded with a wander along and a lie down on the edge of the cliffs overlooking Duncan's Bay Stacks. There they whiled away the time talking about life, their families, their travels and their interests.
Should be photos of me getting helping Roger, not there, Roger. Woo!
Roger may be a quieter chap, but he's a twinkle in his eye. With a lively bunch of pals, he can drink like a fish when the night is right. If only he could swim like a fish. Apparently, he swims like a brick. So, swimming lessons with Finley may be on the cards.
What do you want?
No, it's fine.
Oh, is you all in all? Yeah.
No, it's good, it's good.
Any handles?
Hey there. 4 days.
As the relationship has developed, so too has their appreciation of each other, with Roger admiring Katie's enthusiasm, her outgoing and kind and caring nature, and how hard-working she is. While Katie appreciates how thoughtful Roger is. Despite teasing him how much time he spends contemplating things, she's genuinely thankful for his thoughtfulness.
Everything's getting gross. We're all doing auditions for top winners.
I love the channeling their energy.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it. Okay,
I'm terrible. I never know what my face is doing. I think you're in this one. You're in this one. It's a video.
Let's give each other a nice. A beautiful position.
Cheers. Really good.
Thanks, Dad. You look alright yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you, friend. Looking delightful.
Sometimes love is easy. It flows, flits and flies. In the beginning, a spark becomes a glow. Fondness and admiration, smile and laugh lines, freckles and sunspots.
A couple specially for you, Katie. Let Roger win at least one hole at golf from time to time. Never. And allow Roger time to watch rugby and to nest build, be it a grandiose patio scheme or simply moving the furniture around. And if you'll allow me to abuse my position for a moment, I'd like to finish these words of advice with some I've stolen from Mark Twain. Life is short. Break the rules. Forgive quickly. Kiss slowly. Love truly. Laugh uncontrollably. And never regret anything that makes you smile.
I, Roger, take you, Katie, to be my wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death do us part.
I, Katie, take you, Roger, to be my husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until death do us part.
You both made promises to each other, exchanged rings and dedicated yourselves to be together for the rest of your lives. There remains nothing more for me to do other than to invite you, Roger, to kiss your bride.
What's going on, eh?
For he's a jolly good man.
But you know, I'm not here to humiliate Roger today. I don't want to. So I'm not going to tell you about what happened on that birthday in Skye, and I'm not going to. And I'm not going to tell you about what happened on that lad's rugby trip in Wales, and I'm not even going to tell you about his alter ego garage. But I can tell you about the stag do. So a couple of weeks ago, we headed up to Aberfeldy. We're in a wee bunkhouse just outside the town, and manly activities such as barbecuing, beers and caber tossing set the weekend off to a good start. And as has been mentioned, Roger's never been the strongest swimmer, so whitewater rafting was an obvious choice for the Saturday activity. We kitted him up with his armbands and his goggles and his snorkel, and that was him, he was ready to go. And all was going well for the first part of the trip, biggest raft of the day. And honestly, I don't know what happened, but all I know is the raft flipped, we were underneath it, getting underneath the water, getting dragged along the rocks. And with such a close crush with death, the beers never tasted so good as they did that night, let me tell you that. We were out in Aberfeldy, and due to a slight organisational error on my part, there was no way of getting home that night. So luckily, Jack there, he managed to twist the arm of the chef in the restaurant, and he happily obliged and gave us a lift home in the back of his camper van. So we all piled in the back, and he tore up the forestry road back to the bunkhouse.
The reason why I feel most lucky is to have found such a lovely and beautiful woman to be my wife and spend a lifetime together with. Gordon has already conveyed our story and some of my feelings towards Katie, what warm, kind and caring person she is. Almost all of you here know Katie and will no doubt agree. I genuinely do not know a more... sorry. I'm floundering because I'm awestruck.
Roger, in his time, has fancied himself from time to time as a fisherman, but I would say that today he has probably made the best catch that he will ever make in his life.
Roger and Katie, you're pricks, but you're our pricks.
And it's really good to see that modern slavery really pays off.